Resistance at $4 on TSHA.
ONDS.
Trade against 783 on this one, potentially if we get volume.
TSHA.
I don't see the follow through. And TSHA is just fucking flying. You know what? It pushed into the 4. What we got above 4? What levels do we have? Let's see if we can work this out quickly. And ride the momentum. We're into sort of this gap here. This is a higher float.
ONDS.
So we're going to definitely want to see a pullback. I think I'm going to roll a dice on this one.
TSHA.
TSHA.
We're into that 4. Where we at here? Into 5. Next level is 6. I'm going in. Fuck it. All right, I got 5 shares at 415. That's a good fill. So now I'm just watching the level 2
TSHA.
for more momentum. Looks like we have more, so I'm going to take some more. I'm in now at 418 average with an add over 420.
TSHA.
So 418. It looks like I may have space into 6. Okay, I'm going to hold this because it's showing irrational strength. 420 is where I'm at. We moved to 450. I probably should have took it there, but it may pull back and continue.
BOIL.
425 is my stop. Right in front of. I got to get out. Sure, I should have took it into the strength, but it is what it is. So now, let's see what this pullback has to offer. I should have took that into that 450 strength. That was a good pop. That was just me being greedy. Now, I need to know why this thing is moving. Okay, FDA breakthrough. Hold up. Hold up. Let's get to the news on this. Let's see if we can disseminate the news and just get a better feeling of why it's moving. This will allow me to take a little bit more serious sides, be a little bit more confident if I could see why it's moving. This is old right here.
TSHA.
Yeah, I don't see it, man. I'm not seeing it.
ABVE.
Breakthrough, the designation, gene therapies. Okay, patients are actually going to take this drug, so that means that something's working for them. And it may not just be fluff. So let's see what we get on a pullback. Just going to step back on this. Let's look back on this. So this is where we're at. We have resistance up into the 5. We hit that. No. $5 resistance, and above that we can go higher into 6 and 7. So 5, and let's call it 5, 6, and 7. All right, let's see if we get a pullback in volume off the pullback. If we do, regardless of the share float size, we'll take another stab at it. She's up quite a bit though, pretty extended. Right, hot on the RSI. So let's get a pullback first. $15 shares into that strength there. I'm in at 433. I may have to stop on this one. Let's see. Down 10 cents. I'm going to have to stop on this one. I want to give it a little bit of wiggle room now. Just a little bit. Come on, baby. I don't like the pin bar. Are you going to stop me out? These larger caps, you got to give a little bit more wiggle room. 430 is my average.
KZIA.
Average is 430. Come on, let's get that push up back to 450. All right, this isn't working. I'm going to have to stop.
ABVE.
Come on, give me that rip back to 450. There's some volume stepping in. Let's see what happens here. Nope. Okay, there's a little pop in volume.
ABVE.
I don't like the pin bars into that level. All right, let's see if we go through that 450. Stop out 430, break even now. Taking something to that 450 push.
TSHA.
TSHA.
New stop 440. Taking something to that strength at 460. I got 5 shares left on the table. I'm going to leave it there. My average is 428. I'm going to leave that 5 there and see if it wants to run higher and push into that $5.
TSHA.
New stop 440. Reduce my share size. I'm going to start adding if we get more strength. She's pretty extended though. Stop is 440. Let's see how, if it wants to hold that prior level. I don't think it does. I'm going to get out.
TSHA.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with a guy named Lance Brightstein, right? Or Brightstein, right? He's a former trader at one of those floors in New York, Trillium, I believe it is. And he said that as a trader, you
TSHA.
shouldn't pigeonhole yourself into a type of trader. So I consider myself a momentum trader. That was a momentum trade, but typically I only will trade smaller floats. But you know, there's this concept that he talks about called the broken slot
DRMA.
machine. So you sit down at the casino every day, and out of all the games in the casino, every day there's going to be one that's a broken one, the one that is showing irrational strength, or you
ABVE.
know, and that's the one you need to try to identify. And that's the whole idea of stock selection, identifying the best stock, the broken slot machine, to try, you know, just to give yourself a better chance to win. But the moral of that is, yeah, you don't want to pigeonhole yourself into being one type of trader.
BINI.
If there's something that's running and there's a broken slot machine, I need to be sitting at that table. Let's see how it reacts to this 450. I don't like how extended it is. I'd like to see a deeper pullback on this. Maybe into the prior breakout area here, this 430, 440. I don't know. We're kind of in it, right? I'm a little out of my element here with this one. So I'm sizing down. FDA breakthrough therapy designation. I probably could have took some more size on that, but coulda, woulda, shoulda, right? Now, to me, the tape looks like it's slowing down a bit. So
ABVE.
let's see if we get a deeper pullback and then we see some more volume flood into this. We have the volume profile we're looking for. Now, if we push up and show some more momentum, I'll jump on board again. I like that pin bar, but let's just see where it wants to go. 450. How are we going to react to that 450? She's quite extended. You can see over here on the 15-minute chart, this thing is up in a big way. The float on this thing's over 200 million. So that goes to show you. I'm going to take one here. I'm in 448. Tight stop on this. I'll add if it breaks that over 450. I'm at 48. I'm adding over 450. And I missed those ads. I'm going to cancel all those out.
TSHA.
And I'm just going to take what I got.
TSHA. ABVE.
I'm just going to take what I got on that one.
VINI.
I tried to add. I just couldn't get in there on time. I tried to add for that on that pump there. Right. And our target was it's still going to be $5. So let's see what it wants to do off this 5. Maybe I should be taking bigger sides. But again, I'm out of my element. I'm going to jump in here for 465. 464. I'm just going to take that.
TSHA.
Let's see if it wants to perk back up until where my level's at. There it goes. I'll take that. Now let's go back and look at this daily chart. So into 5, looks like it was a sound idea. Over 5, we have some gap fill. I'm not quite sure if this news catalyst is enough to get us up and through that gap fill here. And then this area here is a level that traders have fought at before. I'm not sure if I want to play around there. I feel like there's going to be a battle there, some resistance. So maybe up through 5, maybe into the bottom of where these traders have been fighting. So 550 potentially is where I may want to trade it into. So let's see if we can trade it into 550. We got to pull back. And pre-market trading is a little tough because sometimes it's hard to control your risk because you can't mark it out. You have to use limit orders. So if something starts to crash on you, it's just like when I tried to add and I'm trying to add higher, I'm trying to add into the ask. And on Thinkorswim, you can't make an offset. So typically I would have a +1, +2 offset over the ask. So when I hit the button, it'll give me that little couple milliseconds of wiggle room for me to get in before it starts to climb. So if I see it at 450, I punch it, it really sends it in at 452. So as it starts to climb, maybe I hit it at 452 and it doesn't get away from me. So what just happened there is that it got away from me because Thinkorswim doesn't offer an offset. So if I was using a different broker, I would use like a +2 offset, +3 offset, something like that.
ABVE.
So as I was trying to punch, I tried to punch in 15 shares, 555, as it rose higher, and I couldn't get in a fill on any of them because I was, in essence, later than the move by milliseconds. With an offset, you have a better chance of catching that run up. So we got to pull back into prior levels, which I like, especially on something like this. We'll see if we want to dance more for this level here. Excuse me.
ABVE.
And then let's see if that gave the market, the small cap market, some or any other stocks, any momentum, any sympathy momentum.
BINI.
Nice deep pullback, which is healthy. Again, volume profile, right? Pullback. Let's see if we stick this landing. I'll be looking to trade off these levels here. If we can show a turn, a clear turn,
BINI.
and a clear change in
ABVE.
volume. I'm going to hit it here. I'm in at 431, tight stop. I don't like that. I'm out. I didn't see the volume kind of perk up.